What the fuck? A drug that's in my cabinet that helps me get productive every single day, to some is a complete and utter nightmare and a start of addiction? Check out this video, see what I'm talking about. Hi YouTube, my name is Eric. If you haven't clicked the like and subscribe button yet, click the like and subscribe button right down there. My name is Eric, and I have a channel that's based around addiction, mental health, mental illness, depression, anxiety, suicide awareness, and making it through everyday life. Why? Because I'm an addict. I lost a wife and a father to suicide. I deal with PTSD, ADHD, depression, anxiety on a daily basis, and no journey's worth going alone. So click the like and subscribe button, and let's do this together. What's up guys, it's Eric with Driven Industries, and thanks for watching this video. If you haven't clicked the like and subscribe button, please do. It's all about suicide awareness, addiction, mental health, mental illness, and just making it through life together. In this video here today, I've used some clips from two friends of mine, Lambert and CG Kid. Both these guys are awesome. I talk to them, communicate back and forth when it comes to addiction, and they've really opened up my eyes to a lot of different things that even me and myself as an addict, I didn't realize. Why is that? Because this is my Lifesaver. These are Adderall. To me, this is something that helps me be a productive human being. It helps me get through life. With some though, this is a fucking nightmare. What the fuck? Really? Adderall is somebody else's nightmare, but my Lifesaver? How is that? So right here, let me clip into CG Kid and Derek. They have some videos that are up, and they really bring about the other side of Adderall, because there's two sides, and I'm so about trial and error, and if you're ADHD, about getting tested, getting on the correct medication. And I'm not saying that Adderall necessarily, if you are ADHD, is the right medication. It's trial and error, finding out what works for you. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a counselor, but I've been ADHD diagnosed since I was 14. I've been on Adderall, I've been on Ritalin, I've tried a lot of different medications out there, and this is really the one that works the best for me. I wouldn't change it for the world, but I take it as prescribed. What I mean by that is, Adderall is prescribed in milligram dosage of either 5 all the way up to 60. You might question, if you pause the video, why does that say 20 milligrams on it? It says 20 milligrams on it because my doctors are actually really cool. They prescribe me 20 milligram tablets that I break in half to make it a little bit cheaper for me. I take 10 milligrams about 8 in the morning. I take the other 10 milligrams right around noon. It helps me be productive. It helps me get a to-do list done. It helps me get everything done that I need to do to be a productive human being. Otherwise, I'm gonna sit on the couch, I'm gonna watch TV, I get trapped in my brain, and I cannot do anything. I end up getting depressed, I end up anxiety hitting me because I'm not being productive, and I know it. So for me, this is a lifesaver. This helps calm my anxiety, it helps calm my depression, and it lets me function as a human being. It lets me do my job correctly, it lets me reach out and be able to talk to people. For me, this is everything to me. If I miss a day of Adderall, it literally will throw me off for a couple days, and I have posted videos before of that, of when my anxiety or my depression hits really hard. That's what happens when I don't take Adderall, because this is an important tool in my life. But to some, this is a fucking nightmare. Here's this clip from Derek that he just put up on a video.
Getting to Adderall and opioids, but mainly Adderall.
About his wife opening up and talking about her addiction to Adderall. To me, I don't understand it because I've always used it. I've always taken it as prescribed. I've never snorted it, never crushed it, never taken more than usually 20 milligrams a day. And why I say usually is because in the beginning there was some trial and error where we did up it to 30 and even to 40 milligrams, backed it back down. Look at this. I mean, this is what Adderall can actually do on the negative side effects that I wasn't aware of.
I hope this video helps you and someone else.
With the Adderall, you kept going back to him. Why did you keep...
I could quit.
You thought you could? And you just found yourself, like, was it a mental obsession that you couldn't stop getting it out of your mind? Or what was it that was making you want to go back?
I don't have any motivation.
So energy, depression, what about weight? That plays a role? What about the high of that up that you get out of it? That amphetamine rush, if you will. Yeah?
Derek, your wife, dude. It's strong. I mean, Derek is very outspoken about that he used Adderall to help get him high. I mean, he posted another video here that talks about how Adderall was destructive for him and how he was taking it even.
Popping like Skittles, Adderall 30s.
And when the high comes in, you feel really, really high, you start to come down some. When it came down, I didn't like that. I was like, I wanted to stay up. So for 5 days, I'm popping all these Adderall, all these 10 milligram instant releases and 30 milligram capsules, while listening to music, cleaning up the apartment, getting everything right, going through our stuff, and tried to go to bed after 5 days. I was afraid to go to sleep.
So for me, I take it as prescribed again. It's a tool for me. I didn't have to worry about any ups and downs. It helped me be productive every single day, and it helps me be productive every single day. Without this, I really do feel lost. But to some, it is an extreme high. I mean, CG Kid even did a video here that lists his 5 most dangerous drugs. Adderall's on the list.
Most destructive substances I've taken throughout my addiction and explain the damage that they caused to my life.
It's one of those things that, again, it's so hard because I am ADHD to comprehend that people actually abuse this drug. I mean, don't get me wrong, okay, I am an addict. When I talk about alcohol, when I talk about cocaine, they get my stomach a little warm, it gets my throat a little warm, it gets my head a little excited in a negative way of, oh my goodness, and I can recall all these memories. When somebody talks to me about abusing Adderall, I really feel like I'm in the dark. I really have no idea what they're talking about. Because to me, Adderall is such a lifesaver to me. And it's so important to realize that there's 2 sides to every drug out there. There's a positive side because it was created to be beneficial, but there's also a negative side to it also. And we have to be aware of that. And that's why I talk so much about trial and error. I mean, CG Kid here talks about Adderall and the destruction it did.
To talk about what Adderall is like. For those new to my channel, I'm a former poly addict with over 4 years of sobriety. My channel is about spreading drug education along with how I got and stay sober. And this is a video that's very personal to me because I used Adderall a lot. And Adderall is also one of the most common things that people reach out to me about a lot, and namely adolescence.
I mean, this to me is powerful shit because it's stuff to me that I didn't understand. I mean, if you're out there and you're abusing Adderall, don't get me wrong, I have now heard and I'm very aware of the effects of it. Like for me, for example, I do have some side effects from Adderall. I do have the weight loss. I do have the very dry mouth. I do have the bathroom that I have to go pee a lot. But other than that, where it says anxiety and depression and all, it actually helps me with those. When it comes to the sleep, it actually helps me sleep because I'm calm because I knew I was a productive human being. I knew I got everything done that I needed to for the day. It really does help me. But for some, this is just a nightmare in your brain. If you don't know if it's a nightmare or not for you, or you're in that trial and error period, one of the easiest things to do is go to multiple doctors. And the reason I always say go to multiple doctors is see if they prescribe you or diagnose you with the same thing. I've been to 6 different doctors. Every time I've moved a lot. Every time that I moved, I had to get my prescription filled. I had to go to a new doctor and they would do all their tests. And a lot of it comes down to they'll do different written tests, they'll do different questionnaires, they'll do different questions just to you to find out if you truly are ADHD. I'm down to the point that when I sit with somebody, I can tell them a lot of things that are commonly prescribed with ADHD is a very small antidepressant. Well, antidepressants have a very negative reaction to me, and I can list them all off to them of the ones that I've tried, such as Lexapro, such as Prozac. These antidepressants actually have a reverse effect, make me almost suicidal. In fact, they do put me to that point that I am suicidal. So I have to stay away from antidepressants that they usually will commonly prescribe with Adderall sometimes. That's how much research and how much with doctors' help I have done with my Adderall. But for others, if you're abusing it, how do you know if you're abusing it? How do you even know if you need it? I can tell you this, if it gives you a high feeling and if it gives you that warm feeling inside that you have to have this, that you're using it for the wrong reasons, perhaps it's for that weight loss, perhaps it's for that added energy, that is the destructive properties of Adderall. For me, does it give me added energy? No. I'm like this. I'm an extrovert. I'm full of energy always, even if I take Adderall or not. It helps me focus in and it actually calms me. If you get that reverse effect where you feel that your heart's going to burst out of your chest, if you feel that all of a sudden you can conquer the world and you can clean your house while you're listening to music, while you're writing a book, while you're doing your kids' homework, and while you're not eating and losing weight, then Adderall probably isn't for you, and now it is a destructive force for you. Addicts, I mean, we like to abuse different things, and I totally understand that because I abuse a lot of things. I abuse one of the most common ones, which is alcohol, which you can buy if you're 21. That to me is the most destructive, dangerous chemical in the world to me because it's ruined my life so many different times. But for Adderall, which some people, this was their gateway drug essentially that got them started down that path, this is a life-saving tool to me. And don't get me wrong, a lot of people use Adderall for very positive effects, just like I do. Because we went the trial and error route, because we went with our doctor, found out what works for us, and we're able to use these tools and bring them into our lives. If you're using this and you're taking it on a concept that you need it, but you're not prescribed by a doctor, or you're trying to trick your doctor, which I've also have learned is something that we can do, you're going to go down a path that you don't want to go. And as a recovering addict, I can tell you this, you don't want to go down that path. It's destructive. It ruins lives. It will ruin your life. I mean, this is my warning to you if you're taking Adderall and you're not prescribed it. And if you are prescribed it and you're abusing it in the wrong way, how do you know if you're abusing it in the wrong way? Look at how it's prescribed to you. If it's prescribed to you that you're going to take 10 milligrams twice a day, or you're taking a 20 milligram in the morning, a 20 milligram in the afternoon, what times you're supposed to take it, and you are taking it in between that, you're taking double up on the dosages, you're abusing it. And you have to look in the mirror and realize that you're abusing that. This has now become a nightmare drug for you. For some of us though, this is just, it's the best tool in the world. For me, I am thankful every day that I have Adderall. When I run out of Adderall, actually, I freak out because I know what happens in my life. I'm on the phone with my doctor all of a sudden saying, hey, I need to get in there. I need to get my script filled. I need to get this so that I can get back to doing my work, being productive. Do not abuse this drug is my biggest warning that I can give you, because let's face it, for some of us, man, this is a lifesaver out there. It's the best tool in the world. For some of us, this is a fucking nightmare. And if you're going through that nightmare, reach out, get help, comment down below. Let us know that you're struggling and suffering. There's a ton of great resources and tools out there to help you get sober. This drug was designed to help people not to be abused and not to take you down those dark paths. If it's taking you down that dark path, stop it immediately. Like, pick up the phone right now and call a loved one and say, hey, I'm taking this in the wrong usage. I am taking this, I'm abusing it, please help me. Believe me, do not go down that path, because the next thing you know, you want to stay up there. You want to stay that high. You don't want to be at that point where it starts damaging your relationships. I mean, Derek did a great job here showing that. Don't let it damage your relationship. Don't let it damage your family, because it's a long journey back. And I can tell you as an addict, to get sober, it's one hell of a fucking journey. When we find these tools, make sure they're prescribed to you as needed. Make sure that they're prescribed to you as recommended. Make sure you're using them for the right reasons, and make sure you're getting the right results out of them. Because if you're not getting the right results out of them, you need to find a different tool, a different medication possibly, that will help you. Another quick tip is, if you're ADHD and you do run out of medicine, or it's not time for you to take your medicine yet and you don't want to abuse the Adderall, drink some caffeine. Caffeine has a reverse effect on you. It will actually help calm you down a little bit. Diet Coke, anything like that. That caffeine burst will actually help you. It's proven fact. When it comes to Adderall, I'm a huge supporter of it. Derek and CG Kid do a great job of bringing up the awareness of it, of that negative side effect, because me, as somebody is such a strong supporter of Adderall, I never even thought of somebody crushing this up and taking it. I never thought of anybody taking 60, 80, 100 milligrams, popping these like Skittles to get that high, because to me, my brain doesn't comprehend that. My brain comprehends that this is a tool that helps you function, not a tool that helps you get high. I hope you got something out of this. Comment down below. I'd love to hear your comments on it. I'd love to hear your positive and your negative experiences that you've had with Adderall, because to me, I am such a pro supporter of Adderall when it's taken correctly. Again, let me mention that, when it's taken correctly. I'm a huge supporter of it. But now that I've realized also how much it can be abused, if you are abusing it, believe me, there's help for you out there. Reach out for the help, reach out for the support. Together we can do this. Together we can make a difference. So if you haven't clicked that like and subscribe button, click that like and subscribe button right over there. Join us for this journey. Help us with people helping people, making a difference in each other's lives, and sharing the tools that work for us. I hope, again, that you got something out of this. And again, if you're on Adderall, awesome. If it's a great tool for you, awesome. Share below, because it's a lifesaver for me. If it's a nightmare to you, comment down below. Let us know, because you know what? It's something you're not alone with. Is it, Solomon? No, he doesn't even care. He's ADHD too. No, I'm just joking, because it is a term that's thrown around so much that everybody's ADHD. It's kind of like Oprah. You're ADHD, you're ADHD, you're ADHD. Be prescribed by a doctor, get diagnosed by a doctor, find those right tools for you. So click the like and subscribe button, join us for this journey, and let's make a difference together.